Hello, Aqua here again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. This is a supplemental covering Thaumcraft. This should finish most, if not all, of the standard Thaumcraft stuff. Might not get through all the Tinkerer stuff here though, but we've got a few things to go at. One of the things to go at is I'm going to need force nuggets. Let me grab some of them. 64, please. There we go, I should maybe got them before we started. So yeah, I ain't got a great deal left. If you look in the book here, we've got a few things down here. We've got crystal clusters to do. I need crystal clusters for the bees now as well, which will become apparent in the next bee episode. Well, that's the crystal core. A couple of other things we need. I would like to make a thermostatic harness as well, just for fun. And then we've got a couple of advanced golems to do still. The golem bow tied and stuff from knowledge fragments needs doing, and other than that I think it's just Thaumcraft Tinkerer stuff, and there's quite a bit of that to go at still. So what I'm going to aim for first is this and crystal clusters, get that out of the way. Crystal clusters are quite important to us. I'll show you for why once I've made some. So hopefully going straight for the Precantatio might give us what we need here, but quite a lot of things in Thaumcraft Tinkerer are Precantatio, so maybe it's the bad thing to go for. Look at that, I've gone for nearly... Come on, you slow ass fucking thing. Crystal clusters, wonderful. And I need glass and seeds. So I've got plenty of seeds in here. And glass. Got any glass panes? 8, it's probably not enough. Quickly make some more. There we go, that should be enough. So, Permutatio helps us with crystal clusters. Slowly, come on. I'm on, yeah, one thorough. Got a bit slow, innit? And then Vitreous gets us that. Now I'm going to make a couple of these because like I say I'm going to need some. And I'm not going to make this a B episode, but I'm going to show you why I need them. As if. Easy, wasn't it? So that's crystal clusters done, and let's go make a couple of them. So I don't want to do it. I spend so much time crafting. I want to get through the research, but I do want to have a quick look at how we put them together. So let's have a quick look in the book. Crystal clusters, Vitreous, Precantatio, Permutatio. Okay. Pretty straightforward. What I'm going to need is I'll quickly touch on bees. Now I've made windy bees, which are quite high up. Windy is supernatural and ethereal, and windy bee is the first bee in this path that needs a block underneath the breeding alveoli. If we look under there, what I've put under there is a couple of vanilla leaf blocks. That's what they need for a windy bee. I've got them written down here what we need. So you can see. Let me get a bit closer. There we go. Windy bee needs vanilla leaves. Watery bee needs a water source block. Earthen bee needs brick block. And fiery bee needs lava blocks. And then the other bees need different clusters. So, for example, the Precantatio bee needs a V crystal cluster, whereas the aura bee that we're making needs an air crystal cluster. So I need to make an air crystal cluster because the next bee I'll be doing in the next bee episode is going to be the aura bee, which has got all the best traits. So that is why we need a aura crystal cluster. So let's jump up here and grab 5 of them, put them in the infuser, and barring magic we've got everything we need there. So let's use some of this. Sling 8 of them in there. Now there we go. That'll get us air crystal cluster. Wonderful. So what that does is, I think you can place these and break them again. I hope that's the case because I'm going to place it. So that'll produce a little bit of V every 5 minutes. So at some point we're going to have loads of these in here, so it's producing loads of V. But at the minute I don't want that, so I'm just going to, yeah, I can break that again. Cool. I can break the air crystal cluster again. Just turn that back on. What have we got that there for? Oh yeah, okay, I brought the floor over there. So what I want to do now is, when I breed my next bee, I'm going to want to get rid of these leaf blocks. I'll put one right under the centre, because I thought it might be the centre one that was important. So there's a leaf block right under the centre there, and I'm going to put that air crystal cluster under that centre block. See it down there. So now, when I go to breed my windy bee, that should be okay. So that's why I needed crystal clusters. And we've just made a quick one there. That's pretty cool then. So next thing on the list is to get rid of the 2 advanced golem workers. We've got advanced stone and advanced clay golem workers to go at. So for that I'm going to start with a bit of soul sand, because it's got animus. Both of these have animus, so this should work, hopefully. Unknown theory, let's see if it's this. We need paper. I think I've got some paper in here ready. Yeah, I have. Stick some paper in there. This is looking good. Advanced clay golem worker. Needs permutation, so we'll throw some seeds in there. And he's going to need Purus and Imperito. Imperito, I'll use some slime balls, so I've got loads of them. Purus, probably I should get some silverwood. I've got plenty of that from chopping silverwood trees down. So that is actually up in here. So let me quickly grab some of that. Yeah, I'll grab a couple of stacks of that, take it back with me. So Purus, get that from there. It's also a good, not a bad source of precontatio. We should maybe bottle some of this up. There we go. So there's one of them, one of our clay golem workers, advanced golem workers. So that's a clay one. And then I want to do that same thing again to get the stone one. Hopefully, no, it's because it's something else. Might as well keep using soul sand for vinculum. What's this in? Wonder dislocation. Okay, this is the Family Tinker one. So let me quickly find this. Look, wonder dislocation, vinculum, permutation, vitreous. Easy enough. So there's the vitreous, and of course there's the permutation. There's more force nuggets. Force nuggets are a bit, well, in fact, what am I doing? Permutation. It's permutation, not precontation. I just wasted some force nuggets. My bad. I read it wrong. I'm trying to rush through things. So there we go. There's one dislocation done. And then let's try the soul sand again. That might be better. Unknown theory, looking good. If we've got Cognito in there, we have. We're going to need Purus again, I believe. Just check. Yep, we want seeds and we want Purus again. You see, a lot of these have the same things. In fact, the 2 advanced golem workers have got exactly the same aspects. So this is exactly the same as what I just did a minute ago. And then slime balls. Normally I'd save slime balls, but I've got loads and not a lot of use for them, so that's why I'm using them. So that's the golem part done. So I think that is everything standard Thaumcraft below tier 3 completed now. I don't think I've missed anything. Oh, there's a couple of the transmutation ones right from up the top here that I never use, so I don't bother getting. But we've got lead by mistake. There's like iron, copper, gold. Is that one gold? That one's gold, yeah. Iron, copper, tin, stuff like that. Little transmutation. So we've missed them out, but don't really need them, so that's okay. So the only thing left I can think of is crystal core and crystal capacitor. So crystal capacitor probably needs a crystal core as a prereq. So let's start with some nether wart, because it's got mutation in it. What does that sound? So hopefully we'll get some mutation. We have. Unknown theory. So let's keep going at something that's in the crystal core. It's got oh, I could have used that. It's got two aspects there. It's got Imperito and mutation. So this is the one. Let's just not add in. Come on. Okay, let me make some levers. Oh, it's taking the time to make the sticks. Levers, of course, have Imperito, and it's just wooden cobble, so it's nice and cheap. Weird that they haven't vanished. That's a surprise that they ain't gone. Because they're not in this, as far as I can tell, they're not in this. What else do we need? In fact, I should have used rubber for that because it needs motors as well. Doing everything wrong. That's what you get for rushing, you see. If they've actually looked at what I need in there, I need permutation. Let's stick them seeds in. And after that, we need motors, so I could have got the Imperito from the rubber as well. And it needs magic and vacuous. So we can go back and there's some more seeds. I've got 500,000 pumpkin seeds, so that's kind of alright. So I've got plenty of permutation there. So vacuous, go back to my trusty wooden bowls that I've seemed to run out of. So let's make some of them. A stack of wood should do. Craft some bowls. 64 bowls should be fine. And then after that, stop precantatio there. And that'll let us make crystal cores. Crystal cores are pretty cool. What a crystal core can do is it can pull a node towards it. So if you combine it, when you've got red power, you can combine it with frames. You can actually have a mobile aura node, which is kind of awesome. We haven't got red power, so it would need to be when you break it, it falls to bits, but I'm pretty sure the force wrench will probably have to keep it together. But you can manipulate a node. I could bring the node from over there right to my base if I wanted to. Speaking of that, yesterday in the live stream I noticed that my my node from here has disappeared. It doesn't seem to have merged with anything. I thought it might have got big enough to merge, but it doesn't seem to be here. That 434 is this one, so if it had merged with anything, it would be closer to there. Get away. So I don't think it's merged with that. I'm pretty sure that one I'm pretty sure that was 434 before. So yeah, this node here that I've been making with silverwood trees has actually vanished. Very odd. Very odd. I'm stuck under the little troll place there. So no idea what's going on there. I have to check the forum and see if anyone else has had that issue. Precantatio. Let's get our force nuggets. So there we go, quickly gets us them. Well, quite slowly gets us them. And yeah, I think crystal capacitor is probably the only thing I've got left, other than the knowledge fragment stuff now. So let's go for that. Crystal capacitor, uses seeds. Use all them seeds up, I'll put them back. Seeds, and I need glass again, which I put back, which I shouldn't have done. And it needs magic, so them three will get us that. Unknown theory, see if glass works. Yep, this looks good. Oh no, tin transmutation, okay, this doesn't look good. Get a bit of iron. So that's one of them that I said I'll skip if I could, but never mind. Just gets out of the way, I suppose. I suppose that's the problem with starting Permutatio, because I think all of them have that, so I shouldn't really start with Permutatio. Let's start with Vitreous instead. There's plenty of things that could be in Thaumcraft that have Vitreous though, so that may have been a bad move. Oops. Crystal capacitor, no, it's good. It's all good. No, Permutatio. And sometimes put 2 in. It's got 2 aspects we want there. I don't know if it actually makes much of a difference. See, look, it's taking them as well, but it hasn't actually added any there yet. It's done a little bit now, but barely seems worth it doing it like that. Tell you what, I'm going to make this a bit quicker. I'm going to use Ender Pearls, because we've got them on tap now, so I might as well. Because they've got 4, that'll go a bit quicker. There we go. Crystal capacitor. Crystal capacitor is kind of awesome. It's like a mana battery. Once you've got crystal clusters round, if they push the V over its max, so there my max is 468. If you've got crystal clusters round, they'll start pushing it over that, which will start causing flux. But if you've got crystal capacitors placed around, anything that goes over the top will start getting put into them, so you can store up 100 V in each of them, so you can have like 16 of them around, store 1600 V, and then when you want to make some stuff, you've got all that stored up, so you don't drain your node, which is kind of awesome, and it'll slowly replenish itself if you've got the crystal clusters. That's pretty awesome. So that's that done. Crystal core done. Crystal capacitor is done. So yeah, the only thing left I think from standard Thaumcraft is the research fragment thing, knowledge fragment research. So that's these guys. What we do with these is we make them into research notes. So what you do, you grab one, and then in your research table you actually put this research note into there. So that's become our research theory. So rather than create the theory just by random, we've actually created a theory and put it there. So what all of these have in common is they all have cognito. So let's start with cognito, see which one we get. Now the important one, Golem Visor, has Mortis, so I sometimes start with Mortis to try and force that one to pop up first. Tiny Spectacles, wonderful. So Purus, Vism and Vitreous. So there's some Vitreous. Tell you what, Glowstone possibly. Not like I'm lacking in Glowstone, is it? Oh no, that's just Vism. I thought that had Vitreous as well. So let's get that from there. So I personally don't like to make more than one in case you get a duplicate. I don't know if it works like that or not, but I've never actually worked out if it works like that. So I always just keep it. Let's just do one at a time. We'll use Lapis for the Karis there, that this has. Lapis blocks will be a lot quicker, but come on. You can also use gold for that if you've got plenty of gold. I need more glass again. Suppose I could use glass blocks, but it's a bit less efficient, but it don't really matter at this stage, does it? So there is our first one. Tiny Spectacles, so that's how you get your little additions for your golems. Spectacles make them so they can see a little bit further. Let's make another one of these. So I've not got enough for all of this research that we need to do with these, but we'll see how far we get with it. I should have tried putting Mortis in really. Unknown theory, interesting. What else do most of them have? Most of them have that. It's not that one. Okay. Let's try Tuteman leather. No, it's not that one. So if it hasn't got arrows in it, then it's Thaumcraft. So let's try arrows for the. Is it Tellum? It is Tellum, that one. There it is. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be Golem Dart Launcher. No, it is. It's Lost Enchantments. Okay, this is Thaumcraft Tinkerer then. Precantatio, Cognito, Gelum, Animus, Ignis, Bestiola, Alienis, Potentia, Tellum, Instrumentum. Quite a lot in this one. So let's go for them again. Gelum, was that the snow one? Gelum. I think that might be Gelum. Let's have a look. Gelum, it is. Okay. This is because the Lost Enchantments, they had 4 extra enchantments you can put on weapons. There's Freezing, which is why I guess it's got snowballs in there. There's, which is like a snare. There's Soulbringer, which gives you extra hearts of protection for, I think, 20 seconds or so while you're using it. Vampirism, which gives you a bit of energy back. And then Ashes, which is quite interesting. This is from the forum that I get the information from. Ashes, the only of the 4 enchantments that isn't only for weapons. Any item that has this enchantment, upon being broken, it'll be revived back to life at the cost of this enchantment and 2 random others. So if you haven't got repair on an item, you could put that Ashes on it and you'd get your item back, but you'd lose some enchantments off it. But useful for, I suppose, something you don't want to lose and you can't put repair on. Animus, Ignis, Bestiola. Soul Sand. Animus. I always put things back in here and then I need them back straight away, so I don't like doing it too much, but let's clear my inventory a bit. It's got Precantatio in there definitely, so let's get that in. Oh, and Alienis, cool. Ignis, we can get some charcoal, 18k of that. And Potentia, cool. So then flint and bees, or spider eyes or something like that. How many bees we've got in here? Not many at the minute. Oh, I must have left that turned off. I should have more than that. I'll use some spider eyes because I've got 200 odd. And some flint, there we go. This is quite a big one, as you can see. But, luckily, it's get out of the way. It's done, isn't it? And finally, Bestiola. Thank you very much. So yeah, that adds 4 enchantments. So there you go. And it tells you all the stuff there. So that's what I just read out to you a minute ago. And that's how you make them in the infusion altar. So you actually make the books in the altar. There's your Ashes one, blaze rods, a book, and a research note. So it gives you a use for research notes once you finish your research. Because normally once you research the things that these can make, you've got no more need for them. You can get these from bees as well. You can make bees that produce knowledge fragments, so you can get constant supply of them if you so wish, which is good to know. Right, let's start this with mortis. So I want bones. And we'll see if it gives us. No, it doesn't look okay. So start with paper. Should have cognito again. So it looks like everything has cognito. So I think that's the only thing that you research using knowledge fragments from Thaumcraft Tinkerer. So all the golem upgrade ones certainly have cognito in them. So it looks like everything has cognito in it. Golem iron plating, nice and easy. Metal. And leather will get us that one. So yeah, if you haven't got many knowledge fragments, really the one with mortis in is the most important golem visor, because that's the one that you can use to get yourself make it so your golems can collect XP if you don't use soul shards from mob farms. but it's a different way of making a mob farm using a golem. Quite a cool way of doing it as well. Let's see how you've got like, little Robocops running around. And who doesn't like little Robocops? Golem iron plating. So these guys end up over there, so we'll end up with a little collection. We've got spectacles, iron plating. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these in total. We've only got enough for 2 more, so we're only going to get up to 4 of these at the minute until I get some more knowledge fragments. So in you go. See what this one is. Dart launcher. Okay, so that one needs arrows. Tell them. So this is your ranged weapon. Oh, it also needs aura. Cool. This is the ranged weapon for your iron golems. And some buttons, please. Any buttons in there? No. Let's get half a stack of buttons. For the machiner. Right, so I'll make this a little short episode. I'll finish these off, then I'll cover the rest of the Thaumcraft stuff in a separate one, I think. What I'm going to do is I'll finish this off and then I'll make a quick thermostatic harness. So I'll use up this last one, see what we get with it. So usual scripts. Start with Cognito. Have I used all that paper? Interesting. So this is new and exciting. Must be something else from Thaumcraft that uses knowledge fragments. I did not know that. Let me have a quick check. Silk Cutter and Fortunate Maul both require these as well. That's interesting. Okay, well, I didn't know that either. Silk Cutter is a tool that's got Silk Touch on it. Fortunate Maul is a tool that's got Fortune on it. So they both use Tenebris, which I believe I should have some of on them. Yep, there we go. Got Tenebris on there. That's Tenebris, the eclipse thing. We've got Tenebris, Karus, one of them has this. So is it this one? Looks like it, there we go. And Flint is the other thing it needs, the Instrumentum. So that's all our knowledge fragments used up. Fortunate Maul. So if we look at that, the text you studied spoke of a powerful tool that bared the Fortune enchantment. You seem to have managed to replicate it, so you can make a tool there that's got Fortune on it. Not massively useful, I guess if you haven't got other ways of getting guaranteed Fortune, then it's quite useful. There you go, it's quite an expensive tool though. Right, so that's that. Let's look at thermostatic harness then, and then I'll wrap up. So, what do we need for that? It's over here. It needs a leather tunic, redstone comparator, iron ingots. Needs lots of Alito. Okay, it needs lots of stuff. I'll get this prepared off camera, and then I'll get all the aspects ready in my inventory, and we'll make this really quick, and we'll see how it works. I know how it works. I'll show you how it works. Okay then, here we are up in the Thaumcraft room, and I've got most of the aspects in there, everything in there. One thing you will notice there is, look at that, it says this one is too weak. If you look, to make a thermostatic harness, you need 475V in your wand. Luckily for us, oh, for me, I killed a couple of withers the other day, and after killing a wither, I made this thing, Wand of the Thaumcraft, which I'll show you how to make in just a second. And what that lets me do is the Wand of the Thaumcraft holds 1000V. So this is what you need for that. There is another thing you can do if you've got Thaumcraft Tinkerer like we have in the Unleashed pack, is you can make, is that it? This one, Wonder of the Tinkerer. This upgrades your Wonder of the Adept to old 500. So the Wonder of the Tinkerer is 500V. So the Wonder of the Tinkerer could make this. So you could make this without having to kill a Wither. If you don't make the Wonder of the Tinkerer, you need to use the Wonder of the Thaumcraft. There we go. So that's got 1000V in it. So that's going to work. We're missing some too many yet. So I've got some leather to throw in the crucible. So there we go. Leather into the crucible. Now everything's there to get a thermostatic harness. Dig, thank you very much. And this guy keeps getting stuck. Got to give him a little nudge so he can reach the. He gets stuck over the holes. Got to give him a little nudge so you can actually reach him to get going. But 32 in there. That's awkward. It's made it 32 and 40 in there. Well, I'd have preferred one jar with all that in, because we're going to need some of that as well. Get over there. Get over there, damn guy. As if. All because of the floor that. I may have to move where the paths are. Come on, now he's stuck there, is he? God damn it. We're always having to babysit these guys. Anyway, right. Let's put that back. So yeah, one of the Thaumcraft, I'll leave that one of the Thaumcraft in there so it's filling back up nicely. And that's my one from over there. And I'll carry my spare one of the Adepts back in that bag. There we go. So yeah, Thermostatic harness. This needs something else. If you look at it, yeah, if you right click it, you see that it's got an empty slot there. Now that's for its fuel. At the minute it's got no fuel, so if I was to put it on, it's not going to go anywhere because I've got no fuel. Not sure how I turn this on. I think I'll just double tap to turn this on. So I've got no fuel in there. What we need for that is we need to use this stuff, Potentia. So Potentia you can get from coal or from redstone. I got most of this from redstone because each redstone's got 2 Potentia and 2 machiner. So I've got quite a bit of machiner out of that as well, which is pretty useful to have. So that's what I've been using for that. Well, all we do with that is you get your thermostatic harness in your hand, right click it, it opens it up, and clicking that puts the Potentia in there. So now this guy's got power. And you see I've got a bar on the left hand side above my hour meter showing my power, and if I double click, do I double click? There we go, you see I've turned on and I've got creative flight. It's kind of useful. So and so there's a little little animation above the bar there showing me that it's turned on. Useful thing about this I think is when you turn it off you get a few seconds of invulnerability from fall damage. So you can just turn it off and drop to the ground. And you can check the fuel in there. So that just use one essentially there, look. So it is a bit awkward because you've got to keep refueling it. And let's go try and get a decent enchant on it. Most of the time I fly with this, so I'm thinking if I get protection 4 and haste on this, it might be worth using this over the nano armor. We'll see what we get. Boop. That's pretty shit, if I'm being honest. Pretty shit. I should have used books, I think. I've got protection 4, I think, have I? Protection 4, yeah, I'll put protection 4 and haste 3 on there. And I'll do that manually, because... Where's it gone? What? Oh, I've got my coin of fortune turned off. So it fell on the floor. There we go. So yeah, fire protection 3, pretty shit. Let's actually use the spellbinding cloth and just get rid of that because that's useless. Not useless, but you know, not as good as like. So I'm going to turn that off there. I'm going to use the anvil to actually add. So this thing, the important thing on this is protection 4 of course, but I also want haste 3 on it. Haste 3, I'll demonstrate just before we go. If I put this on and flight, it's pretty slow, yeah? But before, haste was only useful for boots, whereas now, if I anvil haste 3 onto that, five levels, that's alright, isn't it? Let me see if I can get protection on there with the levels that I've got. I don't think there's anything else that I can use on there. Oh, repair, of course. I'm going to want repair on there, aren't I? I've got a repair book left. Wonderful, I have. How much is that going to cost me? 14 levels, get repair on there as well. Because it does take damage because it's armour. Now it's got protection on it. So I'll get some more levels. I'll get repair put on there as well. So now if we put this back on, you'll see that when I fly now, much quicker. So I can fly pretty quick with that. And it's creative flight, so I can just let go and float about and stuff. So there's the downside of having to keep sorting potential out for it. So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I think I'm going to wrap up there. There's a little clue as to what's going to happen in the next main episode there. I've extended the workshop, so we're going to be building something upstairs in the workshop. Change the windows a bit. I think it maybe looks a bit more factory-ish. Put some high-level windows in. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for this episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope it's entertaining, not too boring. I know Thaumcraft research is a bit dull, but we've got a nice harness made at the end of it there. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye. Okay, I'm back for a little bit extra. I noticed that all my gear was Thaumcraft, apart from my pants. So I made these guys, Goliath leggings. They're found with Tinkerer. So they're an upgrade to your basic Thaumcraft robes, which are there. They're really straightforward. That's just wool with string around it in arcane weight table. And then make some leggings again in the arcane weight table. So you don't need the infuser for this. Make some leggings, and then actually in the infuser. So you do need the infuser for this last part. Make these guys. Just put some leather around your normal your Thaumcraft leggings. Bit of Tutorman, bit of Beastia. So both of them come from leather, which is good. And there we go. You can make these. Protects the wearer from all incoming damage by reduce it by 1. So DR1. And if you die by a crushing blow, more than 2.5 hearts, they stay barely alive. So there's a little bit of protection from death there as well. Just so I've got a full set of Thaumcraft gear on. So there we go. Look in the business. Ah yeah. That does look sweet, that thermostatic harness, doesn't it? It's even better when it's on. Whee! So that's what I look like at the minute. Yeah. Bye.